Reason number two why you need an attorney when you start a business. What about those taxes? Right? So I'm not going to spend too much time now or in the future or any future videos really talking about in-depth taxes. Really, one of my best pieces of advice is get a good CPA, get a good accountant, enrolled agent, whatever you need, and make sure you stick with them and work with them closely. So please understand I'm not giving tax advice, but there are some very simple things really at the outset that we should discuss and make sure that you understand how you are getting taxed. When we are setting up LLCs, you can be taxed as a disregarded entity. You can be taxed as an S Corp. You can be taxed as a C Corp. You can be taxed as a partnership. And walking through those different options and at least telling you, hey, go talk to an accountant and figure out what's best for you, rather than just assuming or getting you a tax ID and figuring it all out thereafter. Who better to have that conversation with than your attorney to at least make sure you're getting off on the right foot? So again, I am not providing the end all be all of a tax advice, but at least I am talking to my clients about, hey, make sure you're talking to a good CPA, make sure you're talking to a good accountant, and make sure you understand the consequences of your actions here when you start out. Because here's what we have without attorney's advice. Here in the state of Florida, we have a very easy, DIY friendly filing system, right? So in Florida, we call it Sunbiz. In Sunbiz, they go on and they register this company and they have no idea about tax consequences. In fact, nobody is telling them as a business they're supposed to be paying quarterly taxes. They have no idea they're supposed to be registering to pay sales tax or anything like that, depending on the business. This is why an accountant is necessary. This is why talking to an attorney at the outset is necessary. Far too often do I find that people have set up these LLCs online. They don't have any of their basic operating documents, and having been given any sort of advice or given any sort of input or thought as to how they are going to be taxed. Again, I'm not the end all be all for tax advice. Hopefully it doesn't seem like I'm playing CYA too much with that, but I want to be very clear about that, honestly. But really, even though I'm not the end all be all, I do know enough to at least point you in the right direction and make sure you're getting off on the right foot. So reason number two, why you need a business attorney when you're starting a business.